Okay, you guys, congratulations. I'm so excited to welcome you into the bosom of Team Heart, Health and Hustle. This is your getting started right sort of overall webinar, just to sort of give you an idea. This is just pretty much going to pull all the aspects of coaching together in one little package for you. The Coach Training Academy, you'll see, goes into each of the aspects in much more detail, but I just want to do this as an overview and sort of have you getting started in the right direction. So, depending on what your goals are with the business will really depend on how you strategize it, the processes that you use, and the time that you commit to it on a daily basis. But when you have your getting started right call with either me or the coach that introduces you to our team, then we'll be going all over that and putting a plan of action into place for you. If you just join, if you're literally here for the discount but you're exploring a bit of the information in the team page, then welcome to you too. This is for our team, welcomes literally everyone, whether you're a business builder or whether you're just here to get the coach discount and sort of want to explore a little bit about a lot of, in some of the training that we host and offer in our Coach Training Academy. So I'm going to get on with the agenda. We're going to go over mindset, the vital behaviors, your first month goals if you want to earn an income from the business, and then I'm just going to go over a few sort of common Q's and A's that some coaches might have when they start the business. So I'm going to try and keep this as succinct as possible. I don't want to waste your time, and so I'm going to literally just dive right in. So mindset. Mindset is always going to be absolutely key, because there will be times in your business where you've hit your flow and you're thriving, and there'll be times when you're doing all the stuff and for some reason it's just not flowing like you want it to flow. And that's when mindset really comes into play. Like when you're happily married or you're in a happy relationship, everything's la-di-da and life's just fabulous, and then something happens, a spanner gets thrown into the works, and that's when the work really begins, and that's when you really show, I suppose, your commitment to what you're doing. Is this the right thing for you? And you're here, you've made this decision, so clearly there is a sense of hope and belief in yourself that you can do this, and you absolutely can do this. You need no special skill set, you need no special training. All you do need is a good work ethic and an ability to learn, a willingness to learn, and also to be willing to do what it takes. Now, you can treat it like a hobby, you'll get hobby results. And if that's what you want, then that's great. If you treat it like a business and you want business results, then you're going to have to show up and treat it like a business daily. Now, that doesn't mean you need to spend from 9 till 5 working on your business. This business is designed to fit around a busy schedule. It's ideal for busy people, but you do have to work out what is going to work for you and commit to that on a daily basis. If you get to the end of the day and you've left your action hour for your business until, I don't know, whatever time, 8 p.m., and you just think you're getting to the end of the day and you think, oh, I won't do it today, I'm so tired, I'm going to do it tomorrow. That is not going to build a business. Really schedule it in your diary if you need to. Commit to doing the stuff every day. Show up for our daily action hours. That is going to help you more than anything. I promise you, if you show up for our daily action hours, they happen from Monday to Friday. They're pinned to the top of our Team Heart Health Hustle page. It's just going to make such a big difference to your business. You'll find your flow faster. You'll be able to get your questions answered fast, immediately, and you're going to be learning what the basics are of the business that are going to help you build that income. So it depends on your belief system. You may not want to do affirmations. Personally, I think they're incredibly important. I think it's also incredibly important to have a good idea of what your why is and what your vision for the future is, and not just for 5 years ahead. What do you want to see in 1 year? What do you want to see at the end of this month? What is your vision for your life and for your business? And understanding why you were doing this. What is your bigger why? Is it for freedom? Is it to go on holiday? Is it just to help pay you the grocery bills monthly? Is it to leave a legacy for your grandchildren? I know what my why is. It always was. It was to create that financial freedom so that I can go off and do the traveling and the exploring that I want to do around the world. I want to be able to get the camper van so we can go off and have fun. I want to be able to get my helicopter back so I can fly around and make trips across the country and world faster. You know, it's one of my main passions. I want to be able to do all the scuba diving that we love doing. I'm not a huge materialist personally, but I love that freedom to be able to travel and to do exciting things. And that is my why, is to create that financial security so that when my kids need help, or, I mean, they're both really independent anyway, but it's just having that foundation that I can get older and be happy in the knowledge that I've got my future sorted and that I've got enough to keep the future of my kids sorted if they ever need it, and that I've got enough to pass down to my grandchildren as a legacy. And, you know, I think there's a lot of negativity around being rich and wealthy. If you have that resistance, you need to work on it. And I would suggest you read personal development to help you overcome that. Because when you look at somebody who's wealthy, you know, what's going on in your mind? Are you looking at them with jealousy? Are you looking at them thinking, oh, I could never do that? Are you looking at them with an excuse for why you're not there yet? You know, what's your mindset around money? And this isn't just about money, but, you know, at the end of the day, money is currency, and currency is what buys you freedom. So, you know, I guess you're in this business in order to help create some kind of financial independence for yourself. So really question, what is your mindset around money? And if you feel you need help on that, focus on some personal development, get some books that are going to help you with that money mindset. And then take action, you know, have enthusiasm. This career, oh, it's just so enlivening. So dig in, enjoy the workouts, you know, get your nutrition on point, be your best self. And you're going to find that's going to help to increase your energy level in any case, which is then going to help to lead to greater focus and greater productivity in your business. And have faith that you can do it. Fear, it just bust through it, guys. Bust through that fear. Fear is evidence appearing real. Fear of evidence appearing real. It's a load of bollocks. Fear is what we concoct in our minds. Fear of the unknown, fear of what people might say, fear of what people might think, fear of getting a shitty reply back. Do not let that hold you back. Think about all those lives that you have the potential to change. We're facing the worst obesity crisis ever. We're facing increasing rates of cancer, increasing rates of heart disease, strokes, you name it. We need the Western world as a whole needs help with their health. And you can be that beacon of light for somebody who has no idea where to start. And be resourceful, lead yourself. So, you know, you'll find in our team page and also the Beachbody Champions page and our Coach Training Academy and the Coach Office, there are so many resources there for you. So, you know, expect to find the stuff yourself. Do not just keep asking me or the coach that added you to the group. Have a look for it yourself first. Have a look on YouTube. There are loads of resources there. If you've done that and you still cannot find what you're looking for, of course, get back to us. But be resourceful. You know, be the leader for yourself rather than being the person who's being led. So moving on to the next slide, be a product of the product. This is pretty much what you do as a coach. Until you are a product of the product, nobody can look at you and think, wow, I want to do what she or he's doing. You know, if you're the one all of a sudden changing your life because you're getting fit, you're eating healthier, you're hanging out with a bunch of high vibe supportive people, that is going to have an impact on you, and people are going to start to notice a change in you. So when you are a product of the products, that's naturally going to lead to people asking, what are you doing? You know, what's happened? And that in itself is going to create curiosity. Now, do not use product names. Beachbody has a massive marketing budget and they're really good at promoting their own stuff. You are not the promoter of Beachbody brand. You are the promoter of yourself. People will come to you because they love who you are, not because of the product that you are using. So do not use any names of Beachbody, and unless like it's a brand new launch and you just they can't buy the program on Amazon, they can't pick it up on eBay, whatever. If you're building excitement and anticipation for a new launch, that's a different matter. But beyond that, do not use the name Beachbody or product names. You want to create curiosity. If you tell them everything, there's no curiosity, there's no reason for that person watching you to ask you what you're doing, because they can go and find it somewhere else. Okay, share what you're using, but again, without using the product. So without using the product name, rather. So on your Instagram stories or on your social media feed, do the odd clip of you working out, do your transformation images, your before and afters, do transformation images of other people in our team, other people in our organization. Explain, when you take on a new coach or a new customer, add a little bit of something on your feed or on your stories about, hey, just shouting out Linda joined our fit club 3 weeks ago. She's just lost 12 pounds, 18 inches overall. She's a busy mum of 2, lives in Canada, and she is feeling on fire. Explain a little bit about Linda, but you don't need to say, hey, Linda's just done 3 weeks with 21-day fix and she's followed the 2B Mindset nutrition program and all the stuff, because people will just go, oh great, 2B Mindset, what's that? I'll go and find that on Amazon, I'll go and buy it. Or they will try and get their own copy if they can. So you need to be creating curiosity. Inviting. So there are 2 ways of inviting. There's public inviting and private inviting. Now, when you first start this business, you may have access to a warm market, and I'm calling warm your family and friends, people who support you and who know you already. When I started, I could not tap into my warm market at all. They were not interested, and I didn't want to go and suddenly start inviting my friends and family. For me, it just didn't feel right. So I've always done what I call cold inviting. But cold inviting, it depends upon how you let that sort of what you mean, allow it to mean in your head. Cold inviting, I feel, is for somebody who I don't really know yet, but I'm building that relationship. Technically, anybody who is who's either following me, they're watching my stories, they're commenting on my posts, those are not my immediate warm market, but I call them my warm market. They, anybody who's in my social media life, world, account, technically they're not cold, they're warm. Now, I do actually invite, if I come across somebody's post or account rather, and I really think they'd make an amazing coach, I will literally send them straight out an invite without having followed them, friended them, anything. Because there's a lot to be said. You'll hear conflicting information. There'll be a lot of coaches that say you've got to build rapport before you invite. I don't think that's the right way around. I think it's incredibly hard to build rapport. If you are an influencer, if you've got a massive following already, it's a lot easier. But we haven't. Most of us have not. So you don't have influencer privilege. So I start to build rapport once I've sent the invite. They'll either say yes or no, whether it's for the coaching or the virtual fit club or our free group. And if they say no, if I think they'd make a good challenger or I think they'd make a great coach, that's when I'm starting to build a relationship. So I'll start, giving them love on their posts and just interacting with them as a normal human being. If they're rude, I don't bother. They come straight off my list and they have kicked themselves out of the potential of belonging to any aspect of our groups. But so public inviting is what you're doing on your social media. So you might be doing like a weekly call to action. So maybe on a Sunday, you're writing about the boot camp that's coming up. So you're saying, maybe I've got 12 spots available and we kick off next week, and looking for ladies who want to lose between 10 and 15 pounds in 3 weeks. And this is what you're going to get. And you bullet point out the post and you say, drop me a heart or DM me if you want to save yourself a spot in the group. That is a public invite. Private invite is what goes on every single day, and these are the little touch points that you'll be doing behind the scenes with people who are engaging with your posts or that you've already invited and that you're just building that relationship. I try and do a minimum of I aim for 60 minimum touch points through the day, but around about 40 of those are likely to be proper invites. The other 20 are likely to be follow-ups and new follower messages. So, but you'll learn about that process in our Coach Training Academy. And then challenge groups and coaching, that's what you're inviting to essentially. So you're either inviting to or the free group. We run a free group quarterly at the moment. We used to do it monthly, but they take up so much time. And actually, when you're constantly offering free stuff, people have no incentive to actually join your boot camp. So we've changed it from monthly to quarterly, and we just make sure it's a really full-on free group. Having said that, I mean, all our previous free groups have been amazing. The amount of information they get from us and free stuff and support is just phenomenal. So free groups are a great way to sort of, particularly when we do it away from a launch, because when you've got a new product launch, it's really easy because you've got a sample workout, a free workout that you can offer to people. So we'll run the free groups away from the launch periods. But once the launch has gone on, and Beachbody does sort of about 3 to 4 launches a year, we do the free groups in between those. And then of course it's the coaching opportunity. We run a free coach discovery webinar around every sort of 3 to 4 weeks, normally about 3 weeks. And it's just a really good way to, you know, help people that have been umming and ahhing about whether coaching is right for them to jump on the call. And if they can't make the live discovery call, then we can send them the replay afterwards. So just going into this with public inviting, it's all about telling a story. The more vulnerable, the more open you can be, the more people are going to engage on that post. If you're brand new to social media, please don't let it put you off if you just opened your heart and nobody comments or likes on it, because people still aren't seeing it yet. It's going to take a little while for you to build up that engagement. That's why it's really important that you're also engaging on other people's stuff, because you know, they will then engage on your stuff. It's like a reciprocation. So make sure you're telling a story. It's going to engage people. It's going to help people to understand who you are, and it's going to help them begin to, you know, like you. People are not interested in the product. They're interested in what it can do for them. So always remember, when you're writing a post, what benefit does it give? You know, Shakeology, for instance, it's amazing. I can talk for hours about Shakeology because it's just bloody brilliant. But people do not understand that the 8 adaptogen herbs in it, cordyceps, schisandra, reishi, maca, blah-de-da-de-blah, they're not interested in the names of the adaptogen herbs. They want to know what it does for them. It helps them cope with stress. It helps their hormones balance. If they struggle with anxiety, it helps them cope with that. It helps them sleep better. It helps put our gut health back into order. It helps heal a leaky gut. You have to be careful with, you know, when you're making these claims, you want to be careful. You don't want to say, oh, if you drink Shakeology, you're going to get rid of your diabetes too. If you drink Shakeology, you're going to clear up your fibromyalgia. But we have so many testimonials of coaches who've used it and used Shakeology because they suffer with these problems and they've seen enormous improvements. So always be careful the claims that you're making publicly. But what I tend to do is, you know, I will talk about why I use it. And nobody can say to me, oh, that's not true, because I know my cholesterol. I have genetically high cholesterol. Since I've been drinking Shakeology every day, my genetically high cholesterol, which I could never get down, is now in the normal range. I can talk about that. It's true. So just be careful about the claims that you're making. But also we have a huge amount of testimonials, which you have access to in the Coach Training Academy, of coaches who have fibromyalgia, who have ulcerative colitis, who have diverticulitis, who have Hashimoto's, you know, you name it. And there are testimonials about how Shakeology has helped them. So, you know, that's the way to do it. Do that privately via email after your public invite. So you can share, you know, ask them if they want to learn a bit more about it or read some of the testimonials. And be specific about how it's going to help people. Do not just be vague. Try and touch on, in fact, we're going into this. In fact, I'll just pop down onto the next slide. The struggle web and pleasures web. Now, this is part of your new coach training. However, just to reiterate it here, I want you to note down your, if you've not already done it, and you've probably already been through the New Coach Quick Start training by the time you get to this webinar. But if you've not yet, do this, because this is going to help you create content. It's going to help you create your niche. It's going to help define who you are and what your brand is. Your struggles are going to be different from my struggles, and your pleasures are going to be different from my pleasures. But when you've got a really good idea of what your struggles are and what your pleasures are, when you talk about those, you can use them for content on your social media. So for instance, my struggle web, I'm a single mum. I have to say, I don't call that a struggle, I call that a bonus, but it's something that defines me. I'm divorced, I'm menopausal, what else? I'm really busy, high cholesterol, I love drink, I love wine, it's a struggle when I go teetotal. But, I share that because when I go teetotal, my Shakeology helps me massively. And so does following Time Nutrition of Ultimate Portion Fix. That helps me go teetotal. Otherwise, I'd be useless at it. So, that's something I can talk about really openly. I'm not ashamed. I'm not, there's no way I'm an alcoholic. I don't have an addiction to alcohol. I just have an addiction to the habit of alcohol. I love it. I love wine, and I like having a glass or two in the evening. My pleasures, I love nature, I love adventure, I love the sea, I love surfing, I love scuba diving, I love helicopters, I love travel. But I like travel, really natural travel. I like camping, I like, motorhomes, camping ideally. But, I like that freedom. I'm not a hotel type travel person. But that, you may well be. So do your struggle and pleasures web so that you can use this to create content that's going to resonate with people who are reading it. But dig down to, I could write a post saying, I remember when I was getting divorced and my dad died, and I remember waking up at 3 in the morning, or I just couldn't sleep well, and the next day I was so tired I needed my Shakeology to give me energy. It's okay, it tells a little bit about me, but I could go into more detail. I could say, I remember those awful days pacing the corridors at night, wondering how the heck I was actually going to survive and get through this awful time of my life when I was going through the most acrimonious divorce and my dad is dying of cancer, and I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to find my way out. I was facing financial ruin. I had 2 young children at my heels. I wanted to be that stay-at-home mum. I had no idea how I was going to do it. My brain was all over the shop. It's only by showing up daily and following these healthy habits that I've since discovered of drinking my superfood shake every day, because it helps me with my energy and it helps me with my mental health. Making sure I do my workout every day because it helps gobble up stress hormones, and it just gave me something to control in a world that was so uncontrollable at that time. Do you see how digging in and explaining a bit more makes that so much more enticing to somebody? Because somebody in a similar position is going to be thinking, oh my God, that's me too, I so need that. And you're going to be able to help them. So just be aware of that. It's not for you to bare your heart openly. You are bearing your heart openly, but the whole purpose of that is because it's going to resonate with the reader. Who are you writing that post for? And when you're writing that post, don't think you're writing to a crowd. Write to an individual. Who is that person that you are writing that post for? Okay. Just going on to this, have a schedule. I follow a very loose schedule, but it depends what I'm inviting to as well. If I've got a coaching opportunity call coming up, I'm going to be talking about coaching a lot more. If I'm about to launch a new boot camp, then I'm going to be talking about boot camps a lot more. I tend to follow Sunday as a call to action post, so it's either about the boot camp or it's about joining for the Coach Discovery webinar. Monday tends to be more of a coaching based thing. I might refer to the days when I was working in corporate, and Sunday night I'd have that feeling of dread in my tummy and not wanting to go to the office. But now, because I work, set my own schedule, I work from home, I don't have that anymore, and I'm just so excited as to, I can jump out of bed so excited for the day ahead, and I get to plan my own day. Also, when you're doing invites, try and end with a question. When you write your post, open ideally with a question in the first line, or something that's going to catch people's attention. Because if it's boring, there's so much out there grabbing people's attention. You could start with something like, do you do this too? Did you used to struggle with this? Do you have a pancake bum too? You know, because this could be your before and after photo, how you've managed to get a cool booty. Do you feel frazzled when you've had an argument? Do something that's going to bring them in. They're going to want to know more. And then end with a question. You know, does this post resonate with you? What would you do in this situation? How do you cope with this? What's the best thing that you've done to help you through this? Tuesday I normally use as Transformation Tuesday, so before and after, whether it's my own or that of other coaches or people in our groups. Wednesday I tend to do food. It's probably going to be Shakeology or a healthy recipe. Thursday, Throwback Thursday, so how was my life before coaching and how is it now with coaching. Friday, again, it depends what I'm inviting to, whether it's a boot camp or coaching thing. Saturday is a pretty yucky day on social media, to be quite honest. If you have a day when you don't post, I would probably choose Saturday, but you'll find what works best for you. Again, Saturday I might just do a quote and a short post, and then obviously back to Sunday, which is the call to action. So just have a vague idea of what you're going to be talking about, so you can make sure you're touching on your struggle web in all aspects regularly. So public inviting to challenge groups, we've covered this pretty much, but share your workout clips, share your before and afters, hit pain points. So what do people struggle with? Normally it's people's nutrition. It might be motivation to get the workout done, hence the accountability of our fit clubs. It might be that they have achy joints. Well, move them, because then that stimulates synovial fluid, which again, we have a huge amount of low impact workouts to get them started. Back pain, lack of core strength, what are the pain points out there that our workouts can help with? Nutrition, cravings, wanting to snack after dinner, emotional eating. Inform yourself about our products, our nutrition systems, the nutrition guide, so that you can help people when they come to you with these problems. Always ask, before you send them anything, ask what their goals and their struggles are, because then you know what you can suggest to them. You need to know what their fitness level is. You need to know how much weight they want to lose. Have they got any underlying health issues? Where do they want to be in 3 weeks? Where do they want to be in 3 months? So, get a really good idea of where they want to be and what they're currently struggling with before you send them anything. Okay. But again, that's all in our training. So, this is again, just an overview. Public inviting about coaching. Again, what are the physical benefits of coaching? What are the emotional benefits? What are the financial benefits? I'm not going to go into that in any great detail because I don't want this to take too long. We go into all of this much greater detail in the Coach Training Academy in your new Coach Quick Start. So, but just have a think about it. These are the sorts of things that you want to be targeting, focusing on when you're talking about coaching in your public invites. Private inviting, we have something that is life transforming. Absolutely. Now, you see here, start with people closest to you. If you're like me, you're not going to be able to do that. So I would never force anybody to make a list of their friends and then start inviting them. If that doesn't sit well with you, there are masses of people out there on social media who need our help. You will find that you'll hit the ground running faster if you do have a warm market to tap into. But if you don't stress about it. Just join the Power Hour. Do your Coach Quick Start training. It's going to give you everything you need in order to start growing your following, learning how to reach out to people, learning how to build those relationships. People who like and comment on your public posts, people who are watching your Instagram stories, you want to be messaging all of those people. First with the new follower message, followed up within a few days with an invite to either the Coach Discovery webinar or the next boot camp that you're running. Okay, but again, that's part of our daily Power Hour. Join those. We'll go into all that. Be consistent every day. Show up every single day. A low production day is better than a no production day. If you can only do 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. Don't write the day off because you can't get an hour or 90 minutes in. If it's 10 minutes, let it be 10 minutes. Okay. When you're inviting, we have an enormous document of various invitations and follow-up scripts. Use them as a guide. You need to put them in your own words, but have a look through the invites and follow-up scripts. It's going to give you all sorts of different options and through the different stages of the process. Again, understand it's a numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more people you make friends with, the more people you're going to be able to help. Don't prejudge. Don't ever look at somebody's social media account and think, oh, no, they wouldn't know what we've got. I did that so much in the early days. And you know what now? They're all bloody Beachbody customers or coaches. Why didn't I just invite them? Go for no. Yes, go for no. Go for the no's. You're going to get no's. Do not be afraid of no's. You're going to get yeses. Just do it. Take the emotion away from the invite. The invite is, rarely will you ever get somebody on your first contact saying, oh yeah, I'm ready, sign me up. Rarely. Fortune is in the follow-up, and you might need to follow up 8 to 10 times. I've got people that I've been in touch with since 2018 who are literally just now, 2020, coming around saying, actually, I think I'm ready. Sometimes it's the long game. But the only time you can fail is when you quit. Because when you show up daily and you build your daily actions, you build that momentum, you build that consistency, you find your flow, I promise you it becomes fun and it becomes so easy to do. And you will find, even when you don't think you're going to get to that stage when your income is starting to grow way quicker than you could ever imagine it to, that is going to happen to you. Just show up daily, do the stuff, join our power hours, and do not be put off by the no's that you are definitely going to get, because not everybody wants what we've got. A lot of people are resistant around making changes to their health and fitness, even though they desperately need to. So your job is to sow seeds of wellness and happiness. Never leave anyone empty-handed. If it's a no, offer them something free. We have a massive amount of sample workouts they can try. You might want to share one of the meal plans from our boot camp with them. You might have your own little ebook or little checklist or something that you want to send to them. Never let people go empty-handed. It's, just have a heart to share and take the emotion out of the reply. Or a lot of people won't even reply back to you. That's fine. But you'll see they'll end up watching what you're up to. And when they're watching, that's, again, you can either invite them to the next free group we're running, or on a monthly basis or a 3-monthly basis, you're going to re-invite them to either the boot camp or the coach discovery webinar. Because also remember, people are really busy, and I do it myself. I will see a message has come through, but I won't have time to read it. Well, when the person that sent me that message says, when they see that message, it says it's been seen, but it doesn't mean I read it. And I might well forget to actually reply. I'm not intentionally not replying to them. I just haven't read it yet. And then once you've seen it, once it's opened, it kind of vanishes into nowhere. So you do have to have a tracking system as well. Make sure you stay on top of your tracking. But just beware that you will think a lot of people are ghosting you. In actual fact, no, they've just got really busy lives and they've not had a chance to actually read and reply. Personal development. These are some of the really cool books that I recommend. For me, listen to the National Wake Up Call in the States. That's weekly. In the UK, it's every 2 weeks. There's links to that in your first email that you'll get as a coach. So you've already got those. The Slight Edge, I think, is brilliant. The 10X Rule, brilliant. Be Obsessed or Be Average, brilliant. Compound Effect, brilliant. The others are there. Read them. Have a look at the reviews and the description on Amazon. Different books will resonate with you differently to me, but if I could tell you to just read 3, one of them would be, it's not actually on here, it's The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. It's in our books list that's in our Coach Training Academy and also in our team page. The Slight Edge and The Compound Effect. Those are the 3 I would recommend you start with. Personal development is so important because, like I mentioned at the beginning, on the months or the days where you're not feeling it, spend a few minutes in the morning reading a few pages of something that's going to power you up. Or listen, if you prefer audiobooks. Do not let that feeling of, oh, it's not happening for me, hold you back, because we've all been there. And the people who kept working through it are the ones who are making the successful careers from it. First month goals. If you want to build a business, you need to be hitting Success Club. That means helping 3 people a month. I equate it to trying to help 3 people a week. And if I don't hit that, it doesn't matter, because it means I'm going to bloody hit it by the end of the month. But you think about it, it's just 3 people a month. It's nothing. But aim to hit it every week. You get 2 points for every person that you help with a challenge pack. So that's the workouts combined with either Shakeology or our performance line. You only need 5 points to hit Success Club, but you will end up normally with 6, because you know, each time somebody signs up with a challenge pack, you're getting 2 points for that. And go Emerald. This means you take on a coach on your left leg and your right leg. Don't worry about that right now. It means you take on 2 coaches, and that gets you into the bonus structure of the organization. Once you've hit Emerald, you're showing that you're here to hit, you're running a business, and you know, you open up the bonuses which you really want to be accessing. Those are really your first key things. Also, when you hit Success Club for 3 months, in your first 6 months as a coach, you get a free ticket to Coach Summit, which is run every single year. It's a brilliant opportunity for you to have that free ticket. So those are a couple of things, but again, there's more training on that, but I just wanted to, you know, introduce that idea to you. If you want to be building a business, you want to go Emerald as fast as you can, and you want to hit Success Club as fast, well, as regularly as you can do. Just on that one, if you're here to work a big business, build a big business, watch the video on how to double dip your income. That will give you the spike to go Emerald ASAP. And Q&A. Often questions are, you know, there's an awful lot of training out there. How do I decide what to do first? First and foremost, get onto our team action hours, which happen Monday to Friday throughout the week. Secondly, listen to the National Wake Up Call as regularly as you can do. They're great builders of momentum. They're very inspiring, and it's great to hear how other people have started with probably a lot less than you, and how they've built a really big income. Plan your day. So strategize, work it out. When are you going to work your Beachbody business? Do not leave it to the end of the day, because it's likely not to get happened. Plan when you're going to do your workout. Plan a series of Instagram stories throughout the day. Share a bit about your workout. If you're having your Energize pre-workout drink, you know, share you stirring it before you do your workout, or talk about how tired you're feeling right now. And then, you know, you're jumping with joy and on your workout because you've had your Energize, but obviously don't use product names. Share you drinking your muscle recovery drink after your workout. It could be a boomerang. It could be you doing a bicep flex, or whatever it might be. But share your food. If you're cooking a healthy meal, or you're cooking something from Fixate or the blog or To Be Mindset or Ultimate Portion Fix, share your meal. And if you have time, maybe even list out the ingredients and how you did it. If you don't, no worries. Just say, you know, share your meal and put a caption on it. Say, I love how I've got access to so many healthy recipes which are helping me get my results. Something like that. Share a bit of lifestyle. If you go out walking with your pets or your dogs, share a bit of, you know, get the tree blowing in the breeze, a picture of your dog running, whatever it might be, a picture of you outside in nature. Just don't overthink your stories, but those are a great way for people to get to know you better and understand your life. I often share when I'm moving, literally walking from one room to another on the way to press play for my workout. And I just explain what the workout is today. So it might be I'm moving from my kitchen through my dining room into my sitting room. And I'm talking to the camera saying, oh, you know, today's cardio, I really struggle with cardio. Just had my turbo juice, so I hope it's going to help kick me into action. But I'm going to do it because I know how much better I feel after I've done that workout. So, you know, little things like that. But keep your blinders on too. Don't end up watching too many different coaches for ideas, because you'll lose your own authenticity. You'll get sidewiped because you'll be thinking, oh my God, they're doing that and I haven't done that, and how am I going to do it? And I've got all this other stuff to do. Just follow your path. You are you authentically and uniquely, and you being you is what people are going to be attracted to. You will attract people like you. So any other questions, obviously get in touch, let us know what they are. But first and foremost, get into the Coach Training Academy, watch the welcome email, watch the welcome video rather, set your coach office up, and then watch the new Coach Quick Start guide, or new Quick Start videos rather, and then join our daily power hours as often as you can do, because those are what are going to fuel your momentum and help you grow your business. So I hope this helped, and any questions, reach out, and thank you for your time today. Can't wait to see you build your business. I just think this is the most amazing opportunity, and we're here to help you build and be alongside of you while you do it.